Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Apple stock, it's up 0.5%, so Apple going all the way back up to 173 on Friday, getting a rejection, coming back and holding above 170. Now if you look at my screen once again on Friday, Apple coming down to 170 exactly pretty much, and then going back up to 173, and now sitting at 172.28 at the closing, up over 0.5%. So going into Monday's session, guys, critical level to watch 170. Now below 170, you're going to see more selling on Apple all the way down to 166. And as long as Apple can break out of this downtrend, and that can happen above 173 right here, Apple can break and hold 173, it's out of the woods, and we're going to see more upside on Apple up to 175, 177, and possibly up to 180. But wait for that breakout confirmation, and that's going to happen once we get that breakout over 173 here on Apple, and Apple can hold 173 as a support. You're going to see more upside on Apple stock. On AMD, it's up 0.54%, so AMD also up on the day. But if you look at my screen, critical support again holding into closing, and that is 179, rising 50-day moving average right here, this red line, and that is holding. So going into Monday morning, AMD needs to hold 179 and also needs to get above 184. AMD can get above 184, then you are going to see AMD going up to 188 to close this gap on top, and possibly will retest 20-day moving average 192.49 right here on top. Now AMD breaks under 179, you can see you got a massive gap down here, and below 179 there is a good chance AMD will come down and close this gap 164.90. But before that, we got lower Bollinger Band also sitting close to 168, so that's going to be a support, and then this gap right here at 164.90. To the upside, as long as AMD can break and hold 184, definitely you're going to see continuation to the upside. And let me show you guys two candles here on AMD. We got this one here, you can see hammer type candle. We got follow through the next day, but the support was not holding at the end. It came back under 184. So that is why critical level here on AMD to break and hold, that's going to be 184 for more upside. And below 184, there is going to be more downside, possibly down to this gap, 164.90. And here's my X account, and if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow, and there is no subscription, nothing you gotta go through. It's totally free, and you can always ask me a question right here if you have on X. Now here's some fantastic plays from today, and this went through the roof within 5 minutes. PANW, shorting right here pretty much at the top above 290. It was 293 where I got in, I think, or just below 293, and this thing exploded in 5 minutes from 9:30 a.m. 9:35 a.m. 110% profit, got out. But look at this one, guys, even better. Now this came out Thursday night that I'm going to short FedEx at opening, and guess what, this thing delivered. Shorted right here pretty much right at the top at opening, 9:31 a.m. getting those puts. And look at this drop, guys. I mean, this was a $10 drop that I caught on FedEx. 180% I got on FedEx, and that was a fantastic, beautiful trade on Friday morning. So if you guys want to support the channel and get all these real-time trade ideas every day, swing trade ideas, live trading, and any help you need, check out that link down below in the description for Patreon. On Meta, it's up 0.36%, so Meta getting a pullback down to the support 504, and that was holding, went back up, and now trading at 509.58 at the closing. So going into Monday's session here on Meta, critical level to watch right here at 504, and below that watch out for 500, and then 496 rising 20-day moving average, and then 490. As long as Meta can stay above 504, you're going to see continuation to the upside, and that means Meta can go all the way up to 515, where this upper Bollinger Band is sitting, and then 520, and possibly another fresh new all-time high. We do have a bull trend on Meta. All these moving averages right here are positively sloping to the upside. So as long as Meta can stay above rising 5-day moving average, which is 504, this move to the upside here on Meta can continue again all the way up to another fresh new all-time high. On Amazon stock, it's up 0.40%, so Amazon getting down to 176.75. And now if you look at my screen, rising 5-day moving average right here sitting at 177, so that's going to be a support, and below that, rising 20-day moving average 175.82. So we have strong support here on Amazon in between 176 and 177. Below that, you're going to see a flush down to 173, and then this gap 170.23. As long as Amazon can stay above, I would say 175 to 177 right here, holding these moving averages, you're going to see a move back up to 180. And above 180, 182 to 185 possible here on Amazon. On Google stock, it's up whopping 2%, so Google definitely getting that big move to the upside, and we talked about it before in my video that Google can hold right here 148, and not to mention dip buying opportunity right here on Google, guys. I've been calling it out, and now you can see how well this thing is playing out, and looks like it might be going all the way up to 155 again, and then maybe if we cannot get that breakout over 155, we can talk about a double top on Google. As of right now, it's looking extremely bullish, and this thing can move. You can see this Bollinger Band on top expanding slowly, and this thing is moving also. So going into next week, critical level to watch on any pullback, that would be down here 149.32, or I would say 150, because this moving average right here will move up on Monday. So I would say 150 and then 148, critical support to watch. And below 148, you're going to see Google coming down and closing this gap just under 145. But as long as Google can hold right here in between 148 to 150, watch out for a move back up to 155 and then possibly even higher. On Nvidia stock, it's up over 3%, and talking about indices and overall stock market, everything is driven by one name, and that is Nvidia. Nvidia goes up, hits a fresh new all-time high. Guess what? Market will follow, and you're going to see fresh new all-time highs here in the market. Now, Nvidia gets a pullback. Guess what? Market will come down. It does not matter what Apple stock is doing, what Google stock is doing. It does not matter what other stocks are doing. It's just driven by one big name, Nvidia stock. And that is a dangerous game market playing with itself right now. When this thing goes up, everything is fine. This thing comes down, market pulling back really hard. And you can go back and actually look at maybe 15 or 30-minute chart. This thing comes back, market pulling back. This thing goes up, market going up. And I'm telling you guys, that is not healthy for this market. So Nvidia stock, now that actually broke out from this previous high right here, which is 926 right here, that's going to be a support to watch on any pullback going into Monday's session. And to the upside, next stop 960 and then 974 all the way up to 1000. Now Bollinger Band on top also expanding, so yes, this thing can continue going into next week. Unless Nvidia comes down, takes out 926 and gets down to 900 to 898 and also breaks under that level. In that case, you're going to see a flush down to 867, 840, and then this gap 823. On Netflix, is up 0.85%, and now it's trading at 628, just under 630. We also got a mini pullback on Friday, getting down to 621, but into closing holding above 623.51, rising 5-day moving average right here, this blue line, and it's holding at 628. So going into Monday's session, guys, on a pullback, you need to watch 623.51. That's going to be a support to watch. And then all the way down here, also, Netflix will find support and that's going to be 13-day moving average 613, 610, 604, 600, and then 588. Now I said it before also, Netflix breaks and holds 630. You're going to see more upside, easily up to 635, 650, 680, and then 700 also possible here on Netflix, but we need that breakout over 630 for that to happen here on the stock. On Tesla, stock is down 1.15%. So Tesla here getting a gap down pre-market on Friday. It was down over 4%, so this is not bad. It's down only 1%, and also we got a gap on top from the gap down on Friday, 171.80. We also got this gap on bottom, 165.18. So which way things will go, nobody knows on Tesla going into Monday. You need to watch this gap as a support, 165.18. And below that, we also have support at 160 and then 152. To the upside, now Tesla needs to break and hold 171.80. And above that, you're going to see a move up to 180 and then possibly up to this gap, 186.72. On Microsoft, it's down 0.15%, so we got a flat day on Microsoft, getting down to 426, but not filling this gap, 425.96. Going into Monday morning, guys, on any pullback here on Microsoft, it needs to hold right here between 425 and 426. And why? Because we also have rising 5-day moving average, this blue line, sitting close to 425, and it's going to continue to move up next week. So that's going to be a strong level to watch on any pullback right here, 425 to 426. And below that, previous all-time highs right here, 420 and then 415 all the way down to 413. Now as long as Microsoft can hold right here in between 425 to 426, watch out for continuation to the upside back up to 430 and possibly even another fresh new all-time high, 435. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.